my channel. My name is Tracy and today's project is this one here. I wanted something that was really nice and soft and sweet for someone who had just lost their dog. So this one's here. It's a little bit of fun technique in Emboss Resist in the background there. So I'm really excited to show you this card. The supplies needed for this card are, I have the Happy Tales stamp set, and I'm also using the dog punch as well. The background's done in the colourful season, so I've got the larger detailed leaf as well as the small solid leaf as well. The colours for today are Seaside Spray. I'm also using Versamark ink. We're using 2 embossing powders today, Whisper White for the sentiment on the puppy and clear for our background here. I'm using a new punch that's in the mini catalogue. This one is called Label Me Lovely. It's a really sweet one. It's also a coordinating bundle you can get in a bundle with the Layered with Kindness stamp set. This is on page 41 of the catalogue. There are 2 punches that actually coordinate with the stamp set, so this one punches out this one here. I have the punch because I love punches and I love sentiment label punches. We're using a bit of Whisper White Baker's Twine, and I also have a stamping sponge just to do that sponging background there. So let's bring that card kit in. It's a pretty easy card kit today. All the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog. There is a link to that blog post in the description of this video. There's also a link to my online store. If you would like to purchase any Stampin' Up supplies, you can do that over there. I would really appreciate your business. Pop in that hostess code for this month. Not only will I send you out a handmade card or project, you'll also receive a bundle tutorial. Now there's usually about 50 printable PDF tutorials via email, and you'll also receive Inky rewards for $50 over every $50 that you spend in my online store. Now it's celebration time as well, so for everyone who orders over $90 you get to pick a free item from the celebrations catalogue. So awesome time to actually be purchasing your craft supplies at the moment. So we have Seaside Spray card base here. We're also using some thick Whisper White cardstock. I have some regular Whisper White cardstock for our label and some basic black for our dog. So we're going to start off with that thick Whisper White cardstock. I also want to bring in just a piece of scrap paper because we're stamping over the edges and we're going to make a little bit of a mess with our sponging. Now we're taking the 2 leaf dies here and we're going to be inking that up in the Versamark ink. So I'm going to start with my larger leaf image. And we're going to be embossing with the clear embossing powder with our background. So we're just going to stamp a few of those leaves down there. Now you probably won't be able to see where I've stamped on the camera, but I can see in the light whereabouts I have stamped. So if you do this at home, you'll be able to see as well. So I have 3 of those down. I'm going to do that solid. It's only a small leaf. I want to do a few of those here as well. Another one down here. And I think that should be enough. I'm going to need the Versamark ink again in a minute. But let's bring the clear embossing powder in. I'm just going to pop that powder everywhere on this piece. Now using the heat tool, I'm going to heat the heat tool up first and then I'm going to melt that powder. So I'm just going to set that aside just to cool down a little bit. The basic black piece we're going to just punch out with that dog. We're going to do our stamping on that one as well. Now, black is always a little bit funny with me, so I'm going to bring my Stampin' Buddy in. I'm just going to run that over just to keep any loose powders away. So we have that little sentiment that says, "So sorry for your loss," and a little paw print. Let's ink that up. And we're going to use the white embossing powder for this one. Just stands out a lot better. So heating that one up as well to melt it. So I'm going to bring our piece back in and we can start doing our bit of sponging. So using the gorgeous Seaside spray, it's a really nice light colour. I'm just going to ink up my sponge. And I actually want a more concentrated amount of ink just in the middle here, and then I'm going to work my way out. Must be another colour on this sponge. That's where we're going to actually hide that label. There we go. There must have been another colour on my sponge. That's not good. Let's see whether I can actually put a little bit more. There you go. That covers it. And I want to go all the way to the edges. Oh, that's a little bit darker than I needed. So just being nice and light around the edges. Coming back in. I'm just going to go a little bit darker over that area to try and colour that yellow in. There we have it. I'm also going to sponge around the edge of the label once we punch it out. So let's bring that punch in. It's a really great, it's a really different shape there. I really like that. And I'm just going to sponge around the edges. Go the right way. Just tying that colour in, making it a little bit lighter. It's not just a stark white. It's just a matter of popping it all together now. So we are going to actually grab some Whisper White baker's twine, and I want to go around the card a few times, probably 3 times, and I want to do a nice little bow on the side there. Gonna pop up that puppy, and just to get rid of that excess embossing buddy, you're just gonna wipe it a little bit. It does come off pretty easy. Let's pop some dimensionals on the back of him. So we're gonna pop the puppy punch up, but we're also gonna pop up the label punch. Adding a bit of dimension on the back here as well. And this just goes over that baker's twine as well, which is why we did it first. So it covers up that nasty mess that I made there. So that was in the perfect spot. I left it all done just in case I had to move my bow there, but that's okay. I'm going to pop this one up as well. So lots and lots of dimension. You could certainly, if you didn't want to add extra dimension now, just pop him down, glue him straight down onto your card base. So this was made a lot darker. This was made a lot darker with that mistake that I did with the sponge colour on the back, but I think they both still look really, really pretty. What do you think? Which one do you prefer? I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. I'll be back with another video very soon. Don't forget, it's celebrations time at the moment. It is the perfect time to purchase your craft supplies. It's also the perfect time to join Stamping Up. If you're in Australia and you would like more information, please get in contact with me. I have the Inky Stampers team here, and we are a great little family. We would love to have you. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.